Good morning and welcome to Jai-Alai H2H. I'm Stu Nyman. As always, I'm joined by Andrew Bleckman. And together we will cover every point of every match today. Every Monday and Tuesday morning, now through mid-April, which is next week, early April, I guess, we'll combine two very unlikely terms, Jai-Alai and breakfast. Jai-Alai H2H will present 6 matches today, pairing up Jai-Alai players of similar ability who will compete in a best 2 of 3 set matches. The set is won by the first player to reach 6 points. Each match will be a test of speed, strategy, and stamina. Jai-Alai H2H allows players to compete in a format unique to Jai-Alai, but based directly on the more familiar format of a 2 out of 3 set tennis match. If you're joining us for the first time, you will see the ball traveling in excess of 125 miles an hour off 3 walls within a glass-enclosed court, traditionally referred to as a concha. And the concha, or the court, is contained within the Fronton, the building in which we play Jai-Alai. We welcome you to a sport of unparalleled excitement. Welcome to Jai-Alai H2H. Andrew, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Stu. Final day here. Well, I'm doing well, first and foremost. Excited for final day here for group number 1. So the last time you're going to see these 6 individuals, that's Ikeda, Ron, Julen, Spinner, Carballo, and Bradley. Not the last time you're going to see them forever, just the last time here in this short season Jai-Alai H2H. But we'll give you a rundown of the standings here for the final day because there's a lot to get to here today. So, Ron undefeated. As you know, if you've been following along with us from the start, he is 10-0. And in those 10 matches, he has only dropped 3 sets. So Ron, undefeated, 10-0, has dropped 3 sets. El Barba, he is also 10-0 there. He's competing in group number 3. But El Barba here has dropped 4 sets. So as we said, this is the last time group number 1 will be playing. So Ron controls his own destiny here. If he can win in straight sets in his 2 matches today, he's got Ikeda first coming up here in just about 2 minutes, and then he has Carballo in match number 6. So Ron's playing the first match and the final one. If he can win in straight sets, meaning he takes him 2-0, 2-0 in terms of set score, he will clinch first place in this Jai-Alai H2H. Will clinch first place overall. So that's what we're looking out for with Ron. Outside of that, doesn't look like anyone here in group number 1 will have a chance to sneak into that bonus money, but just some good competitive play on the horizon. And we'll be getting started with this match here in just about a minute.
So we're still reeling here from some phenomenal action in our traditional pari-mutuel games yesterday. Couldn't be happier with the performance of these players overall throughout the course of this season and throughout this all-new format of H2H. The play has been absolutely spectacular. Tremendous effort by all the players who are involved. Some points better than others, and of course some players better than others. But overall, the play has been absolutely tremendous.
Yes, and a lot of these guys competing here today. A main part of that, in addition to, of course, everybody on this roster made that great 7th game. You want to check it out up on YouTube. That was in Monday's performance. Still got that pari-mutuel season to finish up, but as we said, final time for group number 1 here in this format.
And don't forget, we're looking at $20,000 on the line this Saturday. Magic City Jai-Alai, post time 1 p.m. in the High 5. 0 minutes on the board?
0 minutes on the board, Stu. Let me give you a reminder of how the first 2 matches went between these individuals. Ikeda versus Ron. Well, Ron has won both of them in straight sets. First time they played, he won 6-1, 6-4. That's the set score. Second time they played, Ron 6-4, 6-2. And we know Ikeda's been playing much better here in these pari-mutuel games. Seems to have found his rhythm here, but Ron is just a tough guy to beat, especially in this format. Undefeated, unblemished really in his singles career in all competition here at Magic City. See how he does. Ikeda serves to Ron to begin.
That's the first serve for this morning's H2H. We're underway. That's Ron's shot. It's not a kill shot, but it's a low shot. Low and inside from the backhand. It comes off the wall very, very fast. That one scored. So Ron first up on the board in our first H2H for March 30th, 2021. Here's Ron's serve. Ikeda, backhand from the 12 line. He goes deep, right to the corner. Robote forehand. Robote, the rebound off the back wall, taken by Ron. Scoop by Ron. There's another low runner. That scoop missed. Point for Ron in the orange shirt. He steps out in front with 2 points. First player to reach 6 points will win the set. First player to win 2 sets wins the match.
And that's just a bad sign if you're playing Ron here today. Gets that one-handed scoop early. Usually a sign that he may be feeling it there, so good start for him up 2-0.
Nice backhand again by Ikeda. Strong forehand by Ron. Catch by Ikeda. Ikeda going outside, not outside enough. Ron has that handily on the forehand, returns a 2-all. That is a carom. The 2-all when thrown from the forehand. Carom, that scores. Ikeda was there, just couldn't get control of the ball. Ikeda off to a little bit of a rough start here. His throwing is fine. Needs to get his momentum up. Ron, I don't think, is going to allow it to go on too long.
Yeah, he gets up, and he has a tendency to put his opponents away here. But Ikeda, as you said, he has a tendency to take his eye off of the ball, and just did that there on the outside. Could have killed the point, but now Ron looking at 3-0.
Ron on the catch at the 7 line. Back to the inside. Here's Ikeda. Backhand by Ikeda. Robote by Ron safely played to the inside. Ikeda from the right side. Wow. Excellent effort by Ikeda. That's another carom. We saw that score earlier when thrown by Ron. Particularly difficult to throw when you're against the sidewall. One thing if you have an angle on that sidewall. In that case, when you're standing next to the sidewall, to get it to carom off of it, kind of tough. Ron leads 4-0. First player to win 6 points wins the set. First player to win 2 sets wins the match. Served by Ron. Robote forehand by Ikeda. Here's the backhand by Ikeda. Ron. Ikeda from the 11 line. Forehand goes back to pass. Robote left side by Ron. Turn to the inside. Ikeda's going to let it pass. Makes the Robote from the forehand. Catch by Ron. Backhand. Right on the wall. That's a beautiful save by Ikeda. Interference. The point will be replayed. Ron went to catch the ball. Ikeda was there. The rule for interference is requested by the player. It's not something that's called automatically. If a player believes that he cannot get to the ball, he requests a call of interference from the judge. If the judge agrees that the player was in fact interfered with and that he could have gotten to the ball, the judge may grant interference. In that case, they did.
And Ron, a guy that likes to take the ball in the air, too. So that time Ikeda got in his way just a little bit. And that serve came out a little, died out of the service box.
That died coming out of the service box. It is 5-0 in favor of Ron in the orange shirt. It is possible set point for Ron. Catch by Ikeda. Over the top to the inside. Ron with a hop makes the catch. Beautiful catch by Ron. And if you don't think that Ron knows where he is in the standings, you're wrong. He knows exactly where he is in the standings. Right there with a shutout of Ikeda. 6-0 in the first set. So we'll move on to our obligatory second set here. And if Ron is able to put this one away, he will win the set and the match. First player to win 6 points wins the set. First player to win 2 sets wins the match. Ikeda needs to regroup. Forget about that first set. Block that out of his head. Start from scratch. And get back up on the board. Try to get on the board.
And obviously out to a bit of a slow start. Ikeda, give him a couple points. Started to figure it out there. They had a good rally there. I think that was at 4-0. So started to figure it out, put it together, but man, Ron is just tough, and when he doesn't miss a ball, it's pretty tough to knock him out there. So 6-0 was that first set score, a flawless set from Ron to begin, as we've seen from him a number of times here, really.
Ikeda didn't do anything wrong. That's it. He missed. He wasn't
couple
steady
misses,
on a couple catches, but he didn't do anything wrong. Ron, however, also did not do anything wrong.
Yeah. does that pretty frequently here. And
that's a great first serve by Ikeda. You want that serve to come into your opponent there close to the side wall, setting up a difficult catch, what we call crossing the wall. Ikeda did that nicely and gets the first point of the second set. There's the backhand by Ron. Rebote forehand by Ikeda. Ron at the 11 line for the rebote. Catch by Ikeda. Placement to the inside. Ron on the run. Ron comes up with a clutch catch. More importantly, does not overthrow the backhand. Excellent catch by Ron. That scores. Thrown over the shoulder to the outside. That's what we call costado. That's that throw from the shoulder. Ron not risking going too far outside and potentially throwing it off the court.
Yep.
It's one of the things that we talk about here in training. If you make a good catch or you're slightly off your game, don't start going rocket science where the throws are concerned. Just keep the ball in. Do not throw the ball off the court.
Well, at that time, he almost gave Ikeda a chance. Put it to that forehand, but it's coming in hot, tried to make a scoop, and ties it back up at 1.
Catch by Ikeda. There's the backhand. He goes deep. Rebote forehand by Ron. Catch by Ikeda. Ikeda from the 9 line. Rebote forehand by Ron to pass. What a forehand rebote, wall to wall. Beautifully thrown. Ron winding up. Costi to the inside.
That's
sometimes
tough.
I say costado, sometimes I say Costi. Not trying to throw anybody off, but they're the same thing. That's that shoulder level throw on the left side.
2-1 now for Ron there, and what makes that costado so effective is the way he throws the 2-wall too, because you got to respect the outside, and he can just whip it back to the inside, and for a guy of his stature, he's got ridiculous power, Stu.
Ikeda was just talking about that yesterday. Yeah. He said, look, when some guys wind up, it may clip, whatever. When that guy winds up, you either got to go in or out. Now, that was a great serve by Ron, and an even better catch by Ikeda. Ron, technically playing pretty flawless so far. See?
The
happens every time.
Yeah.
Compliments someone on how they're playing, he misses the ball for the first time. So that point goes to Ikeda. We're tied up at 2 apiece. First player to reach 6 points will win the set. First player to win 2 sets wins the match. Great catch by Ron. He keeps that one on the wall. Rebote by Ron. Fire to the inside. Catch by Ikeda. Ikeda back to the inside. Ron, the rebote, the rebound from the back wall, played from the left side, caught by Ikeda. The carom by Ikeda scores. Throw the ball where your opponent's not. That's exactly what Ikeda just did. Ikeda steps out in front, 3 points to 2. There's the backhand by Ron. Rebote forehand by Ikeda. A little too much. That hit the overhead screen. So it appears that Ikeda just needed the first game to warm up, because he's definitely playing much better. Yeah, that one got away from him. Hit the overhead screen. That's out of play. So Ron has 3. Ikeda has 3. Tied up at 3 apiece. Excellent catch by Ikeda. Backhand. Caught by Ron. Ron winds up, rifles it. Caught by Ikeda in the air. Carom by Ikeda, stopped by Ron. Ron, strong forehand. Scores. Beautifully thrown. Point for Ron. He has 4 points.
And that's the risk also with that carom too. And you don't get it out far enough, doesn't cut out quite as much as you like. Ron just kills it there from the outside. Beautiful shot there. Back up 4-3. Chance to close it out. Take this first match of the day.
Catch by Ikeda. Nice throw by Ikeda. Good catch by Ron. Ikeda. Pika, the big bounce. Doesn't get a chance to bounce because Ron cuts it off. That backhand clipped. Ikeda's got it. Makes it 2-all. That is
That's
beautifully executed by Ikeda. That was a 2-wall rebote that scored beautifully. Point for Ikeda. We're tied up at 4 apiece. First player to win 6 points wins the set. First player to win 2 sets wins the match.
And you got to take your chances when you get him, especially against a guy like Ron there. Ikeda doesn't typically throw the 2-wall off the rebote, but that time looked pretty good and cut out nicely to score.
Rebote forehand by Ikeda. Catch by Ron. Low and hard by Ron. Will score. It's crossing the wall right behind the 9 line. Point for Ron. Possible set, possible match point for Ron here in the orange shirt. Here's the catch by Ikeda. Hard throw to the inside. Ron's there. Big backhand by Ron. The low runner caught by Ikeda. He goes deep. Rebote left side to the inside. Ikeda will take it on the forehand. Back to the inside he goes. Tough catch by Ron there at the 11 line. Ball tipped. Point, set, and match for Ron in the orange shirt. So, Ron,
he's halfway there.
Taking the first set of the first match day. He will play another match a little bit later in the performance. So overall, off to a great start.
Yeah, Ikeda, wish he kind of had that form he found in set number 2 throughout this whole match, but Ron is tough. I mean, he comes out of the gates there in set number 1. First match of the day, 10 a.m., just a quick warm-up, and he looked like he's been playing all day. I mean, just so sharp and just another example of the type of player he is. Each day comes out on the court, brings that intensity and effort, and gets it done on a daily basis. 11-0. Record speaks for itself, Stu.
And it's not the fanciest that he's played. Ron not a particularly fancy player. He doesn't, he's not big on shots. He's not big on.
He does all the little things just incredibly well.
Ball, throw it back hard, throw it where your opponent's
not the little things, the basic things. He just does them better than anybody else. And
the funny thing is that if you can master the basics in highlight, you can beat anybody.
Yeah. In a lot of sports, it really comes down to being that simple.
So, we got like 52 seconds left. Who's coming up next?
52 seconds.
Go quick.
Well, this is going to be an interesting match.
45 seconds. Keep going.
Well, we're trying to pull up the standings here for you. No. Julen versus Spinner. We know the two guys that are playing. Julen in the pink, Spinner in black shirt there. Julen at 3-7. Spinner also at 3-7 here for this Jai-Alai H2H. Two guys that made the transition from a bigger court here to this smaller court, and have both figured it out here as we get towards the end of this 10-week short season meet here in Jai-Alai H2H. So these guys are just getting started here with their Magic City career, still figuring it out. Can't really give an advantage, you'd say, to either one of these guys. Maybe Spinner's been playing a little bit better in those pari-mutuel games than Julen there, but Julen is pretty tough in these Jai-Alai H2H matches. One of two guys to actually take a set from Ron here in this format, so can't count him out in any game. Julen will have the serve here to begin, and we got match number 2 coming up right now. This one will feature number 16, Julen, versus number 35, Spinner. Customary cesta tap. We're ready to go.
Customary here at Magic City. Don't always see that elsewhere. We're glad to see it here. Great camaraderie between the players on the whole. Catch by Spinner off a good serve by Julen. Here's Julen from the backhand. Rebote left side by Spinner. Big bounce. Julen tipped it on the left side. First point of the match goes to Spinner there in the black shirt. First player to win 6 points will win the set. First player to win 2 sets will win the match. Scoop by Spinner. Julen hanging out in the back. That's a nice backhand, though. Stays on the side wall. That forehand escapes to the overhead screen. It's out of play. Mr. Bote. point for Julen. We're tied. We're tied at 1 apiece. There's the backhand by spinner. Julen makes the rebote save. Oi. So you want to throw the ball where your opponent's not. In that case, you also want it to touch the front wall because that's mandatory. So spinner having a little too much time on his hands was really what happened there. Thought a little bit too much about it. Missed it. Point for Julen. Backhand by spinner. Spinner's going to slow the pace down here just a little bit. Regain his focus. Regain his composure. Forehand rebote by spinner. Here's Julen. Powerful forehand by Julen. Passes to the rebote. Rebote left side by spinner. Inside. Catch by Julen. Backhand to the inside. Rebote on the side wall. That's a nice save by spinner. Here's Julen at the 7 line. Forehand rebote by spinner. Powerful forehand by Julen. That's the rebote left side by spinner. He'll just keep it in play. Here's Julen. Low and hard to the inside. That will score on the second bounce. Point for Julen there in the pink shirt. So Julen steps out in front. 3 points to spinner's 1. Julen has the serve. Backhand by spinner. What a... Ooh.
Almost.
Julen was not going to let that pass to the rebote. However, difficult to make that catch when you have that type of reach and you saw his legs together. Balance is off. Very difficult to try to make that catch. That's one he might like to have back. But spinner has 2 points and the serve. First player to win 6 points wins the set. First player to win 2 sets wins the match. Also in Jai-Alai H2H, players afforded 2 serves, whether it's an underserve or an overserve, or they miss the front wall, which we hope doesn't happen. So this is going to be spinner's second serve. Must be in. Serve must land between the 4 and 7 line. Catch by spinner, carom by spinner. Julen got there. But you need to be able to extend that arm, make the catch, extend the arm, get it back, got tied up on the screen. We're tied up at 3 apiece. First player to win 6 points wins the set. First player to win 2 sets wins the match. Spinner serves. Low, hard forehand to the inside. Caught by spinner on the backhand. Rebote is up. Played by Julen beautifully. That's a picture-perfect
right on the
rebote
wall
that he just threw. Catch, however, not so much. Point for spinner in the black shirt. Sometimes when you have a little too much, believe it or not, in traditional Jai-Alai as well, the slow balls are sometimes the most difficult balls to catch.
I was going to say, we call them slow death for a reason.
Absolutely.
A lot of time to think about it as it falls into that cesta, and at time, can't stay in there. 4-3 for spinner now. Comes back.
Rebote left side by Julen. That's just a save. Carom well played by spinner.
I was going to say, similar to Ikeda, I think spinner kind of figured it out a little bit earlier than he did, though. Struggled a little bit early on. Mistake there on that one throw, and now back in the lead. I think that's 4 straight now.
So a possible set point here for spinner serving in the black shirt. Hard first serve. Catch by Julen. Backhand by Julen. Rebote. Forehand. Caught in the air by Julen. Julen winding up. Costado to wall. Lands out. So an attempt at a kill shot. 19 seconds to go. We're about to begin the second set here.
So Spinner takes that first one 6-3. So last two times, these guys have played twice before. Julen won the first matchup 6-5, 6-5. Then Julen came back in match number 2, won the first set, then Spinner won the next two 6-4, 6-5. So 6-3 victory there for Spinner in set 1 is the biggest point differential in any set these two have played. So if that's any indication, we could be in store for a 3-setter coming up, Stu.
That's a good first serve by Julen. Came in low. Spinner made the save. Julen going outside, a little too far outside with that forehand rebote. That lands out of play. Spinner gets the first point. He'll serve. Once again, first player to reach 6 points will win the set. First player to win 2 sets wins the match. Backhand by Julen. Costado 2-all will score for Julen. Julen reaching back to his back. Don't know if that's an issue or not.
Have to take a look there. Yeah, I'd noticed that maybe isn't throwing with as much power as he normally does on that right side, but
and he's also not running up quite as much.
Is usually very active out there, and yeah, he's not.
There's another Costado 2-all. So that 2-all will score for Spinner.
We'll say that 2-all works, but
this is not what we typically see from Julen, so I'm going to guess that there's an issue. Catch by Julen at the 13 line. Lays it up. Spinner makes the catch. Tejada to the inside. Julen's not going to go for that. Julen has never not gone for a rebote. So we will see. That's 4 straight points for Spinner. Ball tipped. Julen gets the point. He's going to have to serve. Now, of course, we'd expect him to serve, but Julen's also someone who's not going to shy away from the game. That's one thing he's not going to do. He's not going to give up. We know that.
No, not at all, but you can certainly tell
he's
there.
In pain. Absolutely, he's in pain.
Power on it, all the shots just a little bit off from what we typically see from him. But Spinner threw a couple good 2-walls there. Obviously, the Tejada wasn't going to run up and get that if he dealing with some issues there. So
Julen gets that to pass. Here's the forehand by Spinner. Catch by Julen. Bote left side by Spinner. Julen with the catch. Hard throw to the inside. Julen from the 8 line. Backhand to the inside. Julen basically playing very good defensive high-lie.
What an effort.
Rebote save by Spinner. So Julen by no means giving in, by no means giving absolutely. I mean, he went for a shot there. So the Tejada attempt fell short, trying to move Spinner around, not giving Spinner the game by any stretch of the imagination. That does give Spinner, however, 5 points. Possible set, possible match point here for Spinner. We'll, of course, speak to Julen, not us personally. Player manager will speak to Julen when he comes off the court. Now, if in fact a player was to be injured or have to step out, we, of course, would accommodate that. Over serve, second serve coming up here for Spinner. We haven't had to deal with an injury in the H2H matchups, except for Douglas, who's been out the entire season. But
right, yeah, Bradley filled in there. But one more point here. Spinner can close it out, improve to 4-7.
Tough catch by Spinner. Backhand by Spinner. Rebote left side, soft touch. Spinner moves in, makes the catch, winds up. To the inside he goes. Fine catch by Julen. Julen not being denied. However, that backhand hits the overhead screen. Point, set, and match for Spinner. Julen potentially dealing with an injury. He will check in with the player manager, and we'll take it from there. So, Spinner winning it 6-3, 6-1. And yes, player manager has checked in with Julen, and at some point he tweaked something in his back.
So you can tell first instant he walked off the court, it was a head shake, and yeah, this may not be it for him today. Obviously reached for the back immediately after that was over. Don't know where it happened, but certainly did in that match somewhere. So we'll see how that affects the upcoming matches there. Julen will play Bradley, scheduled to play Bradley here, match number 5 of the day. So we'll get you an update on that. But first, before we get to that, final one of round number 1 here, we have Carballo in the yellow shirt facing off against Bradley. Here's Carballo in Jai-Alai H2H. A tough out in all these matches here, but his overall record coming up at 5-5. And Bradley, as we said, substituting here for Douglas, struggled early on, but he has really turned a corner, not only in H2H, but also in these pari-mutuel games. He started to become a real threat. It doesn't matter which game, game 4 or game 6. He's winning that game 4 with a few times. Game 6 is also a factor there, so doesn't matter what competition you put out against him. Bradley, incredibly athletic, long reach, keeps in him each and every point, and great power, great kill shot. So doesn't look the best, a little unorthodox style, but man, is he a good player. And we've got Carballo also, and if you've watched Magic City Jai-Alai,
you've seen Carballo.
You know Carballo. Just an exciting player known for his finesse.
Sometimes you say, oh my God, that was amazing. Other times you go, what the hell was that guy thinking?
And you can't kid any better than that. Here's Carballo. Carballo will serve first. He's in the yellow. Number 3, Carballo versus number 4, Bradley.
So, as with all Jai-Alai H2H matches, first player to win 6 points wins the set. First player to win 2 sets wins the match. Both players here, first-year Magic City players, meaning that they started playing Jai-Alai 2018. The progress that they've both made is actually particularly impressive, specifically Carballo. Carballo's got tremendous natural skills.
I'll say 2 of the better guys from the original group that was brought in here to begin this Magic City program, facing off here Group 1.
Carballo starts it off hard. Here's the backhand by Bradley. Carballo. Good focus by Carballo. Soft touch on the rebote. Bradley's there. Scoop attempt missed by Carballo. Point for Bradley in the white shirt. So Bradley first up on the board in this head-to-head. Player manager just commenting, this one is truly dodging death. It really is. Either one of these players is capable of doing some significant damage. What a catch by Carballo. Particularly difficult to pull that ball from the side wall. He just did it beautifully. Bradley.
Whoa.
Wow.
Well, he doesn't usually do that.
No, not like that. So what makes a good 2-wall? It's thrown when your opponent's not expecting it. It's also is far away from your opponent is the best way to think about it. Throw the ball where your opponent is not. That's what you want to try to do in Jai-Alai. Sometimes you need a couple throws in there to set them up and then throw the kill shot. That was beautifully executed. Also very good because it cut out. So it went out towards the screen, close to the front wall, up there about the 3 line. That was wonderful by Bradley. Good catch by Carballo. Nice return. Bradley, there's another one. Carballo ready for this one. That one didn't cut out quite as close. Bradley throws it hard, and it scores. Point for Carballo. So, Carballo gets up on the board with a point. Bradley still leading 2-1. First player to win 6 points wins the set. First player to win 2 sets wins the match.
And that's obviously the risk that you run with it. You know, if you don't get that 2-wall to cut out far enough, as we said with Ron, he gets it on the outside. Carballo, very similar. Puts it away at a pretty high rate from that spot.
Underserve. Ball must land between the 4 and 7 line. So, Jai-Alai H2H affords players a second serve. This will be a second serve for Carballo in the yellow shirt. Second serve easily in. Here's Bradley from the 9 line. Plays it back to pass. Carballo for the rebote. The rebound from the back wall, thrown hard to the inside. Catch by Carballo. Backhand by Carballo. Bradley to the outside, makes the save. Bradley showing tremendous control today so far. Hard throw. That one will score. Beautifully executed by Carballo. Great legs by Bradley trying to get there. We're tied up at 2 apiece.
These are two guys, too, that are never really out of any point either. Obviously, Carballo will fly into the net to make any sort of save, and Bradley just incredible range given his size and his length, too. So,
Magic City fans seeing these players as some of the most exciting on our roster.
Yeah.
2 of the most exciting players on our roster.
So if those first 4 points were any indication, I think we could be in store for back-and-forth matches just in the top of the pad.
The 2-all trying to thread the needle. He was trying to get it just above the pad, and you got a lot of wall to play there with. Flirting with the pad, not necessarily a good idea. Expect Carballo to regroup from that. Bradley has 3 points. He serves. Carballo in the yellow has 2. Costado fired to the inside. Carballo really got behind that ball. Bradley sending this out to the rebote. The rebound off the back wall. Oh, get out of the way, please.
Speaking of, wow,
so you want to talk about
tell.
exciting?
Oh, my.
Look at that. Carom by Bradley.
That's
lands in and scores.
What a shot. What a
What a fantastic series of throws and catches that was. That was just tremendous. That was beautiful. This is where I just kind of exude pride over our first-year players. Neither one of these guys ever touched a highlight cesta before January of 2018.
I mean, that was Carballo slid before right in front. I was like, okay, he's going one hand. He's going to do something crazy. And, wow, the execution on that was pretty amazing. But Bradley gets the point on a beautiful carom.
Never say die.
I like when the players do the things as we say right before that, you know. Instead of Ron saying he's flawless and then he drops it. That was good.
Good effort. Try to get behind that ball. Carballo threw it particularly hard. Bradley trying to scoop it up. Wasn't able to. It's 3 serving 4. So Carballo in the yellow shirt has 3 points. Bradley has 4. You have 2 serves, so why not make use of them? So Carballo rifling that first serve into the box. It was short. Second serve here for Carballo. Must land between the 4 and 7 line. That, I can't believe how close he came to just getting hit by the ball. All dramatics aside, that's, Jesus Christ. Wow. That was so close. I know. That was, I know. Everyone who knows Jai-Alai back here just took a collective dump. Okay, so 5 points, possible
set point.
Possible set point for Bradley. Rebote save by Bradley. Catch by Carballo. Hard throw by Carballo. Catch by Bradley. Rebote forehand by Carballo. Bradley, that's an excellent pickup. Backhand. Oi! Rebote's coming out. You don't necessarily have to jump for that. He tipped it. Probably like to have that back. It's okay. So, dodge death. That was so close. And the player manager did call it. He said, "This is truly dodging death," and that was so close. Just
so close.
Look, it's a dangerous game. It is a dangerous game. There's ways to mitigate that danger, and we don't always do it. And thankfully, we've not had a serious hit in the 3.5 years the program's been operational, and we like to keep it that way. Okay, so with 22 seconds left to go, everybody take a nice deep breath.
We'll get some breathing exercises in these 15 seconds now. But Bradley, Stu, played played very well. Maybe some of the best he's played in this format. Obviously, maybe Carballo, a couple mistakes there early on, but Bradley looked sharp, made every catch that came to him,
and for those of you who
Killed
know
some points.
Jai-Alai who are out there, yes, we have gone over and over and over and over and over safe Jai-Alai protocols. Take a look as you're throwing the ball. Make sure the player's clear. Don't try to come in from the edge. That extra split second doesn't give you anything. But see, Carballo loves to get in there like that. You see how? He loves to get in there like that. He's gonna, and with this guy, with Bradley, one of the hardest throwers on the roster, that's potentially a real problem. Okay, so Carballo first up on the board here in the second set. Let's focus back on the Jai-Alai, not the danger. Hard first serve that lands between the 4 and 7. Backhand, clips the sidewall, goes to the outside. Robote with a soft touch will score. That's Michael Carballo. Beautiful, beautiful.
Very controlled, just above the pad there, and even with Bradley's speed, not going to get to that one.
See, if both of these guys would throw at that speed all the time, I wouldn't get so nervous. Okay, Carballo serves.
And you can tell Carballo a little bit ticked off there how that first set went. Threw that 1,000 miles an hour, and Bradley couldn't handle that serve.
3-0 in favor of Carballo. Carballo's first serve. Beautiful backhand by Bradley. Robote forehand from the 5 line. Bradley will just put that in with the... See, that's all you absolutely need to do. When he's all the way up there, which wasn't a mistake, he needed to be up there to make the ball. Just get the ball past him. Low, so it's not going to feed the Robote. That's really well thrown by Bradley. Point for Bradley. He gets up on the board with a point. Bradley has 1. Carballo has 3. First player to reach 6 points will win the set. First player to win 2 sets win the match. Bradley winning the first set 6-3.
And a lot of guys on the roster, I think, in that situation have a tendency to overthrow it. But Bradley, over the past couple of weeks, noticed a few times that he lays it up there a little softer, gets a quick release, and just beats you to the inside. All you have to do, throw it where your opponent is not.
Rotate left side by Bradley. Scoop attempt when you should have taken it Ide.
Yeah.
When you should, by Ide, mean take the ball in the air. So, slight misstep there for Carballo. Loses a point. That puts Bradley on the board with 2. Carballo still has 3. That is an overserve. Second serve here for Bradley. Fine serve by Bradley. Backhand by Carballo. Bradley's there. Catch by Carballo. Karen by Carballo. Perfect.
Caught him on the inside. Throw that.
Not overthrown. Cuts out nicely. Beautifully thrown by Carballo. Carballo has 4 points. Bradley has 2. We're playing to 6 points. Carballo needs to win this set to stay in the match. Hard first serve is good. Bradley makes the catch. Catch by Carballo. Backhand by Carballo. This Robote coming all the way out to the outside. Bradley got
One
there.
hand.
Wow,
Oh, my God.
That's great. Carballo just needs to put it to the inside. That's it. That's all you need to do.
And,
That's all you need. That's all you need
all
to
I
do.
need to do.
That's all you need to do.
For a second, I thought Bradley was going to do what Carballo did in that first set, but that was a great shot. Low below the numbers there. No chance for the Robote. Wow.
Excellent first serve by Carballo. Bradley handles it nicely. Oh,
That
he got a little help from the side wall on that. That's what we call a Magic City bounce. So he will get the point. Still possible set point here for Carballo, who has 5 points. This Carballo Ron match that we have coming up is probably going to be outstanding.
final one of the day, match 6. For the title, if Ron wins it in straight sets, well, he's got some work to do here. Could force a third set. One more point.
Nice and low and inside. Bragley makes a wonderful save. Excellent ball control, I believe, as they say in other sports. Powerful, powerful backhand going to bounce over Bragley's.
Oh, what
wow, that
range
counts.
he's got to move.
That was absolutely beautiful. This is for Magic City. This is technically perfect highlight, what they're playing right there. Apart from the fact that Bragley almost killed Carballo, but that's besides the point. The truth of the matter is we saw them controlling the ball, putting the ball where their opponent's not. Beautiful carom, inside placement, not overthrowing it. Beautiful highlight played both by Bragley and Carballo. Could not be more proud of either one of those players. That was terrific.
Yeah, great match to watch.
Yeah, no, that was...
Two guys, as you said, Stu, more exciting players on the roster if you ask fans of Magic City, and I would tend to agree. And they've lived up to the billing here. I mean, this is a great match. Bradley won the first one 6-3. Carballo wins set 2 6-3. So 9 points each through the first 2 sets for both of these guys. We got one more set to decide it. And the effort by both of these players, I mean, just incredible. The range of Bradley, he takes about 5 steps. He's all the way from the back wall to the front wall there. One-hand rebote. Carballo flying to the back wall to make a diving one-handed save. So it's been exciting. It's been great. Good technical highlight too. So everything you could want in a match, you've got it here. Mixed in with a little bit of danger too. So Bradley will serve
a
lot of bit of danger. I don't think the cameras do it justice. Some of the
folks can't see out there how
close it really is.
Devastating that is. Okay, so we're in the third and deciding set here. Here's the backhand by Carballo to the inside. Very nicely played. Bragley, excellent control. Catch by Carballo. Backhand to the inside. Rebote forehand save by Bragley. Scoop by Carballo. Those are the ones I'd like to see him go for in the air, but he gets a pass on that one. That's still in play. Don't turn your back on the ball. Carballo not throwing a shot. Catch by Carballo, beautifully caught. Sidearm carom is in and scoring. Point for Carballo. So Carballo getting a little bit more wild. We saw him play with extreme control in the second set. That's a little bit more of the Carballo I'm not focusing model. So let's see how he does here.
Yeah, he dropped that first set, and since then, I mean, he's played with a lot more intensity, but it's a little wild too.
He almost catch that ball coming down from the overhead screen just now.
That's what made me stop. He just stuck it out there and hit the basket, but that's pretty good concentration.
Wow. Okay, so Carballo has 2 points. First player to win 6 points wins the set. First player to win 2 sets wins the match. Catch by Bragley. Carom by Bragley. What a shot Bragley just threw. Traditional highlight, we call that a long carom. It's a little bit shorter here, but still, it's a long carom. Why it's thrown from the backcourt. What makes it a carom? In fact, it's a 2-all thrown from the right side. That's what makes it a carom. Very nice. Wow.
And Carballo was absolutely not expecting that one. Was rushing back to the inside, and that's what you get. You know, Bradley knew that, has a tendency to do that each point. So Bradley throws the carom. Didn't even need to throw it too well, even though that one would have scored on just about anyone.
Carballo from the forehand to the inside. Bragley for the rebote, the rebound from the back wall. Caught by Carballo. Carballo inside placement, perfectly thrown, low and hard to score. Bragley has to commit. Carballo is perfectly capable of throwing a 2-wall. He most often throws 2-walls. But the more control you get, the better that these players get, the more options that they have when they're throwing. Put that right inside beautifully. Hard first serve. Wow. So, Carballo has 4 points. Bragley has 1. We're playing 6 points. Beautiful serve. Great catch by Bragley. Nice backhand. Rebote left side to the outside. Bragley on the run. Got it.
Oh, my.
Oh,
there's...
God. Damn it.
All right.
I'm just going to say it this way. Those of us who have seen bad hits in highlight know how bad it is. Fortunately, most people haven't.
That's great reflexes by Carballo.
Yeah,
I mean,
God
that's
he's all right.
insane.
And thank God that wasn't coming out of the cesta, but Jesus, almost took his head off. Okay, so Bragley has 2 points. Carballo makes the catch. Costado to the inside. Costado's the throw from the shoulder. This one's to the outside. Scoop attempt just missed. Point for Bragley. So Bragley now has 3 points. Carballo has 4. So it's a question of surviving the match, and it's a question of...
I think these guys are both winners at the end of the day coming out of this match. Just
winning.
Wow. Well, we got a close one. 3-4 now. Bradley's battled his way back. You knew he was going to do that. You know, for a guy, he's not very expressive out there on the court, doesn't really show his emotions, but you know he wants to win, and arguably one of the most competitive, too. So battled back, just down 1 here with a chance to pull the upset against Carballo.
Catch by Carballo. Rebote, nice save. Good effort to save. That will give Carballo 5 points. Possible set, possible match point for Carballo in the yellow shirt. Hard first serve. Great catch by Bragley. Nice backhand by Bragley, showing a lot of control. Carballo's got it. Oh, trying to thread the needle, just get it above the pad, low and inside, without much on it. Force Bragley to run up and try to get it, but that's not working. So, still possible set, possible match point for Carballo. Over serve, second serve coming up. Jai-Alai H2H affording players to serve. Nice backhand by Carballo. Rebote for Bragley. 2-all by Bragley with a soft touch. Carballo on the run has it. Rifles it.
Oh my goodness.
By Bragley.
He got that.
Rebote. It's a 2-all. Bragley on the run. Point, set, and match for Carballo. What an intense match that was. The most intense match we've had here.
Wow.
My back is...
So, that match is over, but what a match that was. Obviously, a little danger mixed in, but not to be overshadowed by some terrific play by both of those players there. Carballo ultimately with the win. He lost the first set 3-6, but then takes the next set 6-3, comes back in set number 3, wins that one 6-4. So Carballo improves his overall record to 6-5. And another great performance there by Bragley, who just continues to get better in this format. Just an unbelievable catch in that final point. Some great saves by both guys, but tough to knock out Carballo. As Stu said, in the middle of that match here, Carballo will face Ron coming up in the final match of the day. And as we said, if Ron wins that one in straight sets, he will clinch first place overall in Jai-Alai H2H. Based on that second tiebreaker, which is your set winning percentage here. So Ron has dropped only 3 sets this entire H2H season. El Barba, who is also undefeated in group number 3, has dropped 4. And Stu, guess what? The only person that has taken a set from Ron in each match they've played against him is Carballo. So a guy that could certainly do it here. But that'll be match number 6 of the day. Second time you'll see these two guys coming out. Purple shirt, that is Ikeda. We'll be facing Spinner in the black shirt. Number 35 Spinner against number 23 Ikeda, match number 4 of the day.
Okay, so popped a few nitroglycerin tabs under my
I was going to say,
tongue.
did you
We
get
got
my
the blood-
prescription?
we got the
You got
blood
my
flow
order?
back to the chest. And, wow. Okay. So, we now have Ikeda and Spinner. I imagine this is going to be safer. Rebote forehand by Ikeda, soft touch. Ball tipped by Spinner. Ikeda in the purple shirt gets the first point of the first set. First player to win 6 points wins the set. First player to win 2 sets wins the match. There's the backhand by Spinner. Scoop by Spinner. Winds up. There's the 2-all. Ikeda's on it. Got to it. Gets it off in time. That's a nice throw by Ikeda. Carom by Spinner.
Got him.
This one will score. What's the goal? When you can, throw the ball where your opponent is not. Very well thrown by Spinner. Good effort by Ikeda to get back out there. Tied up at 1 apiece. Catch by Spinner. There's the backhand. Ikeda from the 9 line. Forehand to the inside. Spinner reaches out. Cannot make the catch. Point for Ikeda in the purple shirt. Fine forehand rebote by Ikeda will score. Point for the purple shirt, Ikeda. So Ikeda now has 3 points. First player to reach 6 points will win the set. First player to win 2 sets wins the match. Overserve. Jai-Alai H2H affords players 2 serves. Second serve coming up here for Ikeda. Powerful forehand throw by Ikeda. Rebote left side by Spinner. Ikeda makes the catch midcourt. Play to the inside. Spinner catches it in the air. Backhand. Rebote coming out low. Ikeda makes the save. Ball tipped. Point for Ikeda. Ikeda has 4 points. Spinner has 1. First player to win 6 points wins the set. First player to win 2 sets wins the match.
And a similar slow start for Spinner again here in his second match of the day, but Ikeda seems to be a little better health than Julen was, so going to be a tough hole to dig himself out of here. Is that one just a bit over?
That is an overserve. Second serve coming up here for Ikeda. Excellent catch by Spinner off a good serve by Ikeda. Catch by Ikeda. Rebote forehand by Spinner. Catch by Ikeda. Dehada. The drop shot. Soft touch. That is a kill shot thrown soft. When you see your opponent is behind you, if you can throw it soft enough and not throw it into the pad, Dehada is the way to go. Dehada, the soft drop shot, scores. So possible set point here for Ikeda.
Ikeda really sold that too. Went back like he was just going to throw a forehand and then kind of went under there, stopped it just above the pad. That was one of the better Dehadas we've seen here over the past few weeks, maybe of the year.
Ikeda's going to let it pass to the rebote. Lays the rebote up to make the save. Here's Spinner. Low and hard to the inside, but it made contact with the side wall. That put it in Ikeda's range. That is a 2-wall, 2-score from the left side of Spinner. Point for Spinner there in the black shirt.
Spinner doesn't wind up often from that left side, but the 2-wall today has been working for him. So maybe one he's got to mix in just a little bit more.
Well, the idea is that when you're winding up like that, it's by old school highlight standards viewed as dirty because you're kind of holding on to the ball, and also it gives you a chance to take a peek, see where your opponent is, and if he's cutting to the outside, you throw it inside. If he's cutting to the inside, you throw it outside. But didn't qualify for holding. Strong forehand by Ikeda. Rebote save by Spinner. Outside play. Wow, that was beautifully executed by Ikeda. Beautifully thrown by Ikeda. Point and set goes to Ikeda. Players will get 1 minute to regroup. So, first player to win 6 points wins the set. Ikeda won the set. First player to win 2 sets wins the match. Still recovering from Carballo versus Brackley. God almighty. Wow.
But it really was an amazing match.
It was tremendous.
3 sets.
It was great to watch, but I think you said it well to me off the mic. It's like a roller coaster ride. You get that feeling in your stomach when you see the ball going over the guy's shoulder at about 140 miles an hour.
It's like if
God almighty, wow.
If you were just like an inch lower. Yeah.
No, thank God it's not an inch lower. No, you coming out of the cesta, you'll break something. Whatever bone it hits, that's going to be broken, period. When it's coming out of the cesta, it's like a hammer. I mean, it's like a hammer. For those of you not familiar with Magic City or Jai-Alai H2H, the ball not as dense as a traditional Jai-Alai ball, but basically the consistency of a hockey puck. So by no means anything that you want to be hit with, much less be hit with when it's going over 100 miles an hour, even 50 miles an hour. I don't even want to be hit with it rolling on the floor. Okay, so Jai-Alai H2H affords players 2 serves. This will be a second serve for Spinner. Catch by Ikeda. Nice forehand. Caught by Spinner at the 9 line. Spinner over the top to the inside. Ikeda makes a fine catch. Little help from a foot on the wall. Spinner winding up. Back to the inside he goes. Ikeda reads it, stops it, returns it. Ikeda showing tremendous, tremendous focus. Point for Ikeda. So, Spinner concerned that he was potentially interfered with there. Not requesting interference. So, the rule is if you go for it all the way to try to catch it and then miss it, you can't request interference after the fact. You have to stop your motion as part of that request. That's why we don't see a lot of interference. Actually, we see more interference here at Magic City than you do in traditional Jai-Alai. That has to do with the experience level of the players. That's a carom by Ikeda, stopped by Spinner. Spinner fired up after. He
I was going to say,
now he's a different player. Here's the backhand by Spinner from the 10 line.
Well, maybe he needed that, or use anything as motivation there. Anything you can to get yourself going here, and that might have just been the little thing he needed.
Scoop attempt tipped. Point for Spinner in the black shirt.
I was say that's by far the best point he's played today. So.
Absolutely. No, sometimes a little bit of agitation refocuses you. Sometimes a bit of agitation unfocuses you and you can't catch the ball. It really goes player by player.
Right.
How they deal with it.
But Spinner struggling before that play, and then it's like, well, you're going to do that? We'll see what we can do here.
Exactly. And Ikeda really didn't do anything wrong there.
Just Spinner's opinion of the play. And obviously both guys have a different view. Whatever you need to do to get yourself fired up and back in, as evidenced by The Last Dance with Michael Jordan, that full documentary. So see what Spinner does. And
that was a beautiful throw by Ikeda. Passed nicely to the back wall. The rebote came out. Spinner not able to make the rebote. So Ikeda in the purple shirt has 2 points. First player to win 6 points wins the set. First player to win 2 sets wins the match. Over serve. Second serve coming up for Ikeda. Backhand by Ikeda. Bote forehand save by Spinner. Catch by Ikeda there at the 9 line. He takes it on the forehand, puts it back inside. Catch by Spinner. Oh, on the backswing, Spinner lost the ball. That's the problem with extending that motion sometimes. You've got to keep control of that ball at all times. Just an unforced error there for Spinner. Needs to regroup from that, move on. It's one of the things I would say if I was standing outside reviewing some of the plays with these guys directly, not just on the microphone. Forget it, move on. Here's catch and backhand by Spinner. Rebote forehand by Ikeda. He makes the save, backs out of the way. Spinner makes the catch, winds up. Play to the inside, Ikeda read it. Backhand by Ikeda to the inside. Spinner.
Oh, great catch.
Fantastic catch there at the 10 line. Rebote is coming out. Ikeda missed the forehand rebote. Wasn't coming off the back wall with that much speed, so needed to make an adjustment there. Instead of coming back towards the back wall, went down. Not necessarily a mistake, just misjudged the ball. Spinner has 2 points, Ikeda has 3. We're playing 6 points. Nice forehand by Ikeda, catch by Spinner. Spinner over the top to the inside. Ikeda could have gone for that coming the front way. He decided to go for it off the rebound. Outside placement by Spinner, stopped on the forehand of Ikeda. Ikeda's 2-all stopped by Spinner. This is going to be a tough one. Once it made contact with the side wall when it was coming back, before it came back to the rebote, that's what changed the entire trajectory, literally, of that rebote. That's literally what did it. Crossing that side wall whenever you can, really important. Tied up at 3 apiece, playing to 6. First player to win 6 points wins the set. First player to win 2 sets wins the match. Outside serve is an overserve. Second serve coming up here for Spinner. Backhand by Ikeda. Touched the overhead screen. Out of play. That point goes to Spinner.
And that's just an unforced error from Ikeda. Just a little too high on that reverse. And tell you what, Ikeda got off to a lead. That one call kind of changed it all. Spinner a little fired up. He's now overtaken at 4-3. Got a
good
chance
serve
to force
by
third.
Spinner. That crossed the side wall. Came in low. Good pickup by Ikeda. That's the backhand by Spinner. Catch by Spinner. Back to the inside he goes. Ikeda makes the catch. There's the backhand. Bote forehand by Spinner. Catch by Ikeda. Backhand by Ikeda to the inside. Not much on that rebote. That's a beautiful save made by Spinner. Here's Ikeda. Low and hard to the inside. Will score. Really well played point by Ikeda and Spinner there. So we're tied up at 4 apiece. We're playing to 6 points. First player to win 6 points wins the set. First player to win 2 sets wins the match. Backhand by Spinner. Catch by Ikeda. Ikeda. Oh, that touch. No? Point for Ikeda. So, the call of the judge is official. So the call of the judge is official. Judge ruling that it did not hit the overhead screen. That's the official call. Did not touch the overhead screen. I'm behind the glass, can't see it. And judges are out there on the court. So, always defer to the judges. Catch by Spinner. Over the top. Catch by Ikeda. Ikeda goes back. Catch by Spinner. Rebote forehand by Ikeda. Catch by Spinner at the 7 line. Sidearm carom opens up and scores. Beautifully executed by Spinner. We are tied up now at 5 apiece, so this is set point. If Ikeda wins this, it is set and match. If Spinner wins this, we will go to a third and deciding set. Ball tipped, point set, and match for Ikeda. So Ikeda wins it. Ikeda wins the set and the match.
Takes it in straight sets there, Stu. So
Ikeda won the first set 6-2. He wins the second set 6-5.
So both of those guys, that was their final match here of Jai-Alai H2H in this format, this season here. So final record there for Ikeda and Spinner. Ikeda's going to finish at 7-5, a little bit over 500, so a nice first run through for Ikeda there in this format. Spinner at 4-8. And obviously Spinner started here when he's making that transition from Dania, so he had only a couple months here to get used to the court when we first started, so you got to figure that he's going to be a real force as we continue on with Jai-Alai H2H into the regular season.
So, moving on to what I've been waiting for all day,
yes,
which is the final matchup of Ron and Carballo. Ron wins this. He will remain undefeated, as you pointed out so eloquently with your wonderful stats earlier. However, Carballo was on today, as we saw in that fantastic game against Bragley. So, flash and pizzazz of Carballo versus solid catching and just pounding it to the corner, throwing the shot when you have it by Ron. Ron, not necessarily conservative, but definitely not flashy.
Yeah, two different styles here. You're going to see both very exciting in your own right. Whether you're a traditional guy, you may like Ron a little more, but into the action, the finesse, Carballo certainly your guy here. As you said, Stu, you're right on there. So if Ron can win this match in straight sets, he will be the Jai-Alai H2H champion here. But if he drops just one set, El Parba is going to have a chance there. When they come back, that's going to be next Tuesday, where the final matches of group number 3. So wondering what happened there, Julen did scratch. He's out of the match, so we see Julen not in the race for the money there. Bradley was substituting for Douglas, so skipping that match. Julen is forfeited. We're going to the final match of the day. This will be the last one. Carballo serves to Ron.
Backhand by Ron, off a good serve by Carballo. Carballo's forehand, back to the inside. Nice catch and return by Ron. Rebote forehand by Carballo. Passes to the rebote. Carballo on the run. Yeah, that was wild. Everything about that was wrong. That's the Carballo that we did not see playing earlier. That's Carballo that we're kind of used to. He needs to get away from that, stay up on his feet, throw the ball to the front wall. No Hail Marys in Jai-Alai.
Well, he could have gotten there. He just ran it out. It's like you never slide into first base. He had time to get up after he slid, so just could have taken that in the air and maybe had a chance, but that's how you rebound.
Is beautifully executed. The carom thrown from the forehand is 2-all, kill shot. Killed it beautifully. Tied up at 1 apiece. Here's the first serve by Carballo. Rifles it in there, crossing the sidewall. Great catch by Ron. You know, it's not Ron's fault if Carballo steps into the ball. Here's the backhand by Ron. Rebote forehand, beautifully played by Carballo. Ron on the rebote, clipped the sidewall. Carballo makes the catch. To the inside he goes. See, okay, so a Carballo who's on is a potential problem for anybody to beat. A Carballo who plays the way he sometimes does on a day in and day out basis, not so much, makes a lot of mistakes. That was not a mistake. That was beautifully executed. He's firing it. He's showing good control. He didn't on that rebote earlier. That ball not coming out.
Thought about taking it in the air too and let it come out.
One thing Ron can't do is he cannot let Carballo throw his mental game. Ron hasn't been up against this degree of fierce competition so far. Remember, Ron in the orange shirt is undefeated. But Carballo is very much on.
And you start to see that pace picking up. Yeah, the
catch by Ron. Backhand by Ron. Low runner to the inside. Scoop is completely missed. It's okay. That's why Ron in the orange shirt is undefeated.
Well, that's what you were talking about, using the corners, using that side wall. Always puts it out there to the inside and as close as you can to the wall. And that one low, Carballo tried to scoop one of those timing catches. Completely missed it there. So back in this, just down one now is Ron.
Great focus by Carballo. That's a beautiful Costalo throw to the inside. Rotate forehand, hooked. That's what happened there. Little deep in the basket. Thrown towards the front wall, but hooked into the pad. That's a loss of point. So we're tied up at 3 apiece. Carballo did have an advantage there, but a couple mistakes. Now we're tied up. Ron serves. Catch by Carballo. Ron. Hard throw. Carballo moving up on the ball. That's another carom. Beautifully thrown and scoring.
What a shot. You start to see Ron showing some emotion, too. He knows what's at stake here, obviously. With a chance to close it out, but Carballo, look, he's been out of control on some points and then comes back and throws those kill shots that gotten a couple of points here.
Carballo, hard serve. Real hard serve. What a catch by Ron. Catch by Carballo at the 10 line. That's another carom. This one's not going to open up as much. Ron's got it. Looking to place it over Carballo's left shoulder. Carballo looking to kill it. Ron's there. Ron's not going to be beat on a drop shot. Beautiful throw. Catch by Ron. Ron threading the needle. Good effort by Carballo to try to get that ball. That was technically beautiful highlight that we just saw played there in that point. Really well played. Point for Ron in the orange shirt. We're tied up at 4 apiece. We're playing to 6 points. First player to win 6 points wins the set. First player to win 2 sets wins the match. Excellent catch by Carballo off a wonderful serve by Ron. Ron from the forehand, low and hard. Catch by Carballo. Coming in hotter than most other guys who throw against Carballo. That scoop is tough to make. We always want you to catch the ball in the air if you can. So that's possible set point here for Ron in the orange shirt. Carballo cannot let his mental game come off here. He's been playing too well today. He's got all the natural ability.
Yeah, and it's tough to do that
needs
when you play against a guy like Ron, he's kind of surgical out there, the way he wins these matches. But
that's an underserve. It was a nice catch, actually, by Carballo, but it's an underserve. So, second serve coming up for Ron. Jai-Alai H2H affording players 2 serves. Carballo makes the catch. Throws to the inside. Catch by Ron. Powerful backhand by Ron. Ball tipped. Point. And first set goes to Ron. 6-4. So the players will get a minute to regroup, come back out. Carballo, of course, staying out there on the court. Ron will grab a sip of water. A couple players prefer to come off the court. A couple players don't. We were talking about Diaz the other day. Diaz does not like to leave the court in between sets.
Well, he and his doubles partner, both of them just like to stay on, clear their head, gather some thoughts here. And Carballo, I mean, he had that set. I mean, he was up a couple points there. But it is so tough. I mean, you got to call Ron, he had a new nickname, maybe the Surgeon, just because the way he picks apart these guys. I mean, it's just so methodical the way he does it. I mean, every match he's won, only dropped 3 sets here. And even when he's down, I mean, we've seen in the pari-mutuel games, he can win 4 or 5 straight points in a row and just end the game like that. So Ron proven here in Jai-Alai H2H that he's maybe just at least a half step above these guys in Group 1 with a chance to close it out. One more set, he will be the champion here of H2H overall. Set 2 starting right now.
Catch by Ron. Powerful backhand. Carballo sets up for the rebote. Forehand rebote. Nothing fancy. Keeps it in play. Outside placement by Ron. Nice little change up there. Carballo going for a sharp thrown. So, Ron took a little too long. Did it touch the net? So it touched the net?
Looks like...
I couldn't see from here. Couldn't see what the call was. So it touched the net before Ron made the catch. Okay.
That was a great carom.
That was wonderful carom. Really well thrown. Good effort by Ron to try to get there.
The deli carom. That's
thin slice. Here's the serve by Carballo. He rifles this first serve in there. Great catch by Ron. Great catch by Carballo. Oh, Ron made the mistake of thinking about the throw before he made the catch. He's going in to take it on the right side. I can't read minds, but I can tell you that he saw Carballo standing there at the 8 line. He was catching it on the left side in the costado in that shoulder position. He was going to probably crack a 2-wall back at him, get it away from Carballo. Instead, missed the catch. That is a fantastic serve and an even better catch by Ron off the serve. That 2-wall going to open wide and score. Beautifully executed by Carballo. Point for the yellow shirt, Carballo. Carballo has 3 points. Ron has 0. First player to win. 6 points wins the set. First player to win 2 sets wins the match.
And the first 2 times Carballo and Ron matched up, Carballo did at least take 1 set. So as he throws that one over. So even though Ron is undefeated, Carballo is the guy that has given him the most trouble here in group number 1.
And anyone who tunes in regularly and wants to know why I'm so hard on Carballo, this is why. This is what he's capable of. This is what he's capable of. So when he doesn't do it, he gets a little frustrated. Here's the backhand by Ron. Rebote forehand by Carballo passes. Ron sets up for the rebote. Places it to the inside. Carballo's going to let it go to the rebote. Smart move. Costado to the inside. Beautifully played. Ron, rebote. Carballo attacking. Moving up, but if you're going to do that, you got to go up with the intention of catching the ball in the air. You've got to keep your eye on that ball, get your feet to move you up to that ball, try to make that catch above your waist. If you wind up catching it down by your knees, that's fine. If you wind up having to scoop it, that's also fine, but you never go in with the intention of scooping it. You go in with the intention of catching it in the air. Good job by Carballo, though, aggressively moving up on it. 3-1. Catch by Carballo at the 12 line. That's a little...
That's a shiny... yeah, I don't...
Relax, Michael. Relax.
Well, that's one that he didn't need up 3-1. I think that's
exactly. No, he can't... Again, mental game is huge. We're talking about concentration, pacing yourself, relaxing. It's not a question of composure and whether or not he's cursing on the court. That's not the point. Keep your composure. This game becomes imminently more difficult if you're not able to focus.
Yeah, and he's still in the lead, so in the one mistake, you're still very much in this.
Looks like he's regrouped pretty good, actually. Forehand, missed rebote at the 7 line, point for Ron. It's tied up at 3 apiece. First player to win 6 points wins the set. First player to win 2 sets wins the match. If Ron's able to win this, he will win everything.
Takes it all.
Absolutely. Catch by Carballo. Backhand from the 12 line. Catch by Ron. Ron winding up. That's going to go to the outside and score. So, 4-3 in favor of Ron. Carballo receives in the yellow shirt.
I mean, you have a lead on Ron too. I mean, it's kind of unprecedented territory for a lot of guys here, so you want to close it out and take your chances, but after that carom, as you said, thought he got it back there, but a couple mistakes from Carballo, and now Ron back in the lead with a chance to close it out. Tough position.
Carballo just rifling balls from the costado. 2-all showing control. Catch by Ron. Carom by Ron
wow.
Scores. That's the difference between these two players right there.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Maintaining composure to the very last second. It's now possible set, possible match, possible H2H glory.
Championship point.
For Ron in the orange shirt. Let's see what Carballo does here. Oh, point, set, and match for Ron, who will remain undefeated from the beginning to end of Jai-Alai H2H.
And so Ron.
Moving on. So, you were saying?
Congratulations to Ron.
Absolutely. Tremendous play.
12-0 in this group number 1. And it's not like he was playing against bad competition. I mean, these are the top guys that Magic City puts out there against him. Obviously, you didn't have Douglas to compete against here, and I said to you before, it's going to be interesting if we get more singles action in Jai-Alai H2H coming up when we begin the regular season to have those two face off, because unblemished there, 12-0, nothing in that loss column, and it seems that maybe at this point, Douglas is the guy that has a shot. Well, not has a shot. I mean, those two guys, 1 and 2. Douglas has won the singles championship the past couple of years, so a guy that could certainly threaten Ron for that crown. Be excited for those matches. So 12-0, only dropped 3 total sets. So with El Barba at 10-0 and dropping 4 sets, Ron is your first place winner of Jai-Alai H2H here for this short season. So flawless play. Congratulations again.
Okie dokie. So we'll be back next week for Jai-Alai H2H Monday and Tuesday. That will close out first half of, not really half of 2021, but the beginning of Jai-Alai H2H for 2021. But we will be back this Saturday with 9 games of our normal pari-mutuel performance, including what is rapidly approaching $20,000 in a high 5. That's the record for our high 5.
It's been a record. Oh, yeah. That'd be cool.
To what? Win it?
See 20,000 up there? Very, very much.
I think we're going to see it
very
this
much
Saturday.
possible.
So we do encourage you to continue tuning in Mondays and Tuesdays, at least for one more Monday and Tuesday, for Jai-Alai H2H to see this wonderful H2H. If you haven't figured it out by now, that means head-to-head competition in Jai-Alai here at Magic City. But please join us this Saturday, 4 p.m., for 9 action-packed games. We thank you as always for tuning in. Thank you for spending your time with us today. We look forward to seeing you on the weekend. Have a good day, everybody.